Good morning. Oh my God. I have so much to tell you in this specific voice. It's Thursday. I have my coffee in the microwave and I just completely forgot about it. This would be cup number 3. Oh yes. Yeah. So it is Thursday because we went to visit Mimi in Florida. Well, I left off my last vlog where y'all saw that I had already gotten sick. Simon got it too. And you know, I wore a mask while I traveled and stuff. But I mean, we were just fit to be tied. And I kind of had like a little mentee bee on Tuesday where I just started like yelling. Well, not yelling, but I was like, just because I'm good at it doesn't mean it's not a lot of work and that it's not difficult, talking about, you know, taking care of everybody. And then I was like, because I've just been like, you know, taking care of kiddo and trying to like live life and everything. By the way, the squeaking is the food cycler. Trying to do everything while also just like trying to medicate myself into some semblance of functionality with like Dayquil and Mucinex, which is what I'm doing right now also. So yeah, I was like, no one takes care of mom. And then I told my husband to take a sick day to take care of Simon, and I promptly put myself to bed for 5 hours. And I felt a lot better after that. But today is the day after we flew back, and flying and everything with Simon, who honestly did like light years better this time around than he did when he was like 18 months. Regardless, I mean, we had to like sit on the tarmac for like an extra hour yesterday. And he got this like wild rash. It's usually because of fever breaks, and so he had like his head cold flu thing or whatever over the weekend, and like he's perfectly fine, high energy, but then boom, like out of nowhere he just breaks out in this rash. It's like, oh, okay, great, that's fantastic and like a really good look for returning to daycare. But I mean, I know he had a really low temperature this morning and everything. I know he's fine, but nonetheless, I got worse. You know what I mean? Like yesterday just resulted in me getting worse, and like my voice was completely gone on Saturday by the time I got to my mom's, and it really hasn't gotten, like, this is maybe the best that it's been, and I've already taken Mucinex this morning. Oh, God bless. Some coffee. This little dude, hey Peanut, is he just not like, look at that like blue steel. He's the best. Oh. And when I got home last night, oh my God, he followed me. I mean, he followed me everywhere, not just like room to room, but like parts of the room, you know? Like if I went and brushed my teeth, he was in the bathroom. Or if I even like went to the bathroom just like to pee for a second, he's standing on the edge of Mike's bedside table, his nightstand, just being like, I am not letting you out of my sight. Like, you're not leaving me again. And the creative genius that he is, he did not poop in the bed. I know that because there was kitty litter on the poop. He managed to transfer poop from the basement, two flights of stairs down, up to the bedroom and leave them basically like where I sleep, like on top of the quilt and next to my pillow. And I mean, you know, they didn't stain or anything because they were dry and they were, you know, covered in kitty litter, but like, I wish I had cameras in the house so that I could see exactly like what the effort required was for him to like strategically stick them to his butt fur, transfer them up the stairs, and then strategically unstick them from his butt fur onto my bed just to send me a message that said, don't leave me, you dumb bitch. So yeah, Mike is amazing, and last night he basically unpacked everything. Like while I was trying to like whip dinner together out of, you know, frozen food, because we did a good job of not, you know, having a bunch of groceries go bad, which was good. But the grocery delivery didn't come until just now, this morning. And, you know, still had to feed the child, so I made what I call Simon Surprise! And it is noodles, ground beef that was, you know, out of the freezer, some ketchup, and peas. And I mixed it all together for him, and he didn't eat a single bite of it. No, he did not. Nope, he didn't want any of that last night. He just wanted a couple bottles, and then Benadrylled him because we were afraid about that rash. It got worse, so screw the Benadryl apparently. And then he slept all the way until like 8 a.m. So that's where we're at right now. I have a video that I filmed that I'm going to edit today. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to film with this voice because I have to do a sponsorship, and I just like don't want to be at like half staff, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to be at half capacity struggling through something, because you know that moment it seems relevant, but like later on when people are watching it, it feels weird to have me be like, you know, not doing well. So this morning I woke up with such a splitting headache, and I was like, my darling husband, will you please go and get me 2 Advil and my ice mask? And that plus Mucinex plus now 2.5 cups of coffee, that's proving to be the ticket to functionality. I just really hope that like Simon's okay this morning. He was like, attitude wise, he was fine. And he's honestly so sick of us. He just like started talking about his friends. He just like wants to go see his friends. But yeah, he needs to get back into his routine, because it's just him being home with us. Like it's just, there's a reason that we don't do that. And it's because he's a healthier dude psychologically when he's got more stimulation than that. And we are healthier when we get our like child-free time. So there's that. I'm sure I'm gonna come up with like more anecdotes from the week, but yeah, that's why I haven't vlogged this whole time. It was like I wasn't gonna vlog because mental health, you know. I was like, no, I'm gonna go home and see my mom, and I want that to be kind of a sacred time. It turned out to just be this wild gauntlet. I mean, I love seeing my mom and we had a really lovely time, but like it turned out to just be a gauntlet of us being sick. So I didn't get to do a lot of the stuff that I would have preferred to do. So now, you know, I have like what I would consider to be a normal amount of responsibilities to fulfill in December. It's not November all over again, which is great. November was just absolutely nonstop, wall to wall, overscheduled. And I mean, I'm obviously paying for it. And so, you know, now I've got like a regular pace of videos set out in front of me that I'm like actually excited about. My Uma by Sharon C box came while I was gone. The sequin, no, not sequin, the sparkly liners from Victoria Beckham came. The Chanel concealer came before I left. I've had a chance to use it like once, so I know that the shade works. And I'm planning on filming my like Lisa Eldridge culmination video as soon as I feel a little bit better. But right now, I think I just need to like lie down. As boring as that is for a vlog, I think I just need to lie down. And like, just, you know what I mean? Watch like a couple of YouTube videos I've been thoroughly enjoying, and honestly like rationing out, like savoring Hummus Tums. They're ranking their products that they bought basically through the whole year, like back to front. So like this first installment is all the bad ones, and it's just so darn funny. I love a good regrets video. And so it's actually like Tom is inspiring me to make kind of a more protracted version of it, because it's my favorite kind of video to film. Fails, you know, just like fails and regrets of the whole year. And it's, I know, tons of people's favorite kind to watch because it's my favorite kind to watch. I like it better than a declutter. I like it. I love watching people talk about why a product didn't work for them, and it does not bother me whatsoever if we disagree. I just love hearing people's take. I think that like what some people kind of forget, and I was actually talking to Tom about it this morning, is that like I'm not a makeup hobbyist. I am not a person who, outside of this being my job, would own a stash that I would have trouble kind of suppressing. My clothing is different. Makeup, I'm not that way. makeup is very, very easy for me to, you know, I know what resonates with me and I know what dazzles me on a daily basis. The reason that I have my channel is because when I do find something incredible, like incredible, I have to shout it from the rooftops. That's my problem, is I have to like evangelize about it. And so that's why I wanted to build a community, so that I could talk about the things that were incredible, or the things that were like, you know, the opposite of incredible. And in order to do that, in order to have a really credible stance on that, I have to really like more or less try everything. And that's why my stash is the way that it is. So I guess what I'm getting around to saying is that like I love watching those kinds of videos, because I don't have any kind of personal emotional connection to makeup. So when someone says that they don't like something, it's literally just like casting a vote in the ballot box as far as I'm concerned. Like my channel, to some extent, is a democracy based on how a makeup item performs. It's not a democracy in the comments, because I want people to feel welcome, and that means that I'm going to prioritize people who are being kind, you know, and I'm going to get rid of people who are making it a toxic environment, because I want people to feel comfortable commenting. But as far as actual performance of the products, everyone's input matters, not just mine. And so that's why it's like really fun, especially with somebody like Tom, because they're so articulate and like really, really funny and sassy about like why the product pissed them off so much, you know? So like that's enjoyable just from a humor standpoint, just from an entertainment standpoint. But just, you know, again, it's like I like knowing, even if we disagree on something, that something doesn't work for someone, because it helps me inform my reviews. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to kind of watch some YouTube and drink my coffee and have some breakfast, khaki, eat, and probably try and snooze a little bit. I have no idea if Simon's going to like stay the whole day at daycare today. I don't know what they're gonna do, so I'm gonna try and like make the most of this rest time. Oh my lord, it still so hurts. It's still not done. It takes about 4 weeks for them to completely settle in, and they feel really bruised still, even though they don't look bruised. Meh. Hi, Angel. Oh, no. That's my computer. Oh, this is sweet. Look who's home. Hi. Oh, the sweetest boy in the world. I love you. You're such a good boy. Yes, you are. You're such a good boy. He's about a year now. He's about a year old now. Yes, you are. You beautiful boy. I love you. I love you. Okay. No more. Thank you. I love you. He's wound up tight. Hey all. It's 2:40 p.m. on Friday, and I've just been working. I know it's not been particularly like, you know, it's a lot of time to skip, I guess, but I just like, just trying to play catch up, I guess, trying to get stuff done, trying to get my videos filmed and uploaded and everything. But I did end up uploading a video that I did not expect to make as big a splash as it is, and that is my commentary on Tati's recent like health journey. I was presenting my take just as like a counterbalance to, I don't know, the way that like someone might hear her story and that be the only thing that they heard, you know? And I just wanted to present a little sanity check for people to be like, oh, wait a second, like, this is just one person's point of view kind of thing. So like, just try and contextualize some of the stuff that she's saying, because I find it to be a little bit worrisome adjacent, problematic adjacent. And I tried to make that clear and most people got it, but I did of course get some critical comments that I was like, I'm sorry I hurt your feelings, I'm sorry. But either way, yeah, I'm trying to get a freaking share and see video up, but it's already almost 3 o'clock. I just don't know if it's gonna happen today, because it exported completely, but it like froze in the middle, and so when I was uploading it, like YouTube basically only uploaded 5 minutes of it. I was like, awesome, cool. And then I re-exported it and it didn't tell me that the disk was full. So I'm now re-exporting it. And I don't know if anybody's gonna watch something at like 4 o'clock on a Friday. I just don't know, you know? It might just kill my numbers, and I hate that I have to think about that kind of stuff because I just want to upload content. This is what I want to do. I just want to make content and upload it for y'all. I just, you know, I don't want to worry about the algorithm and her temperamentalities. I just want to upload the contents, but I have to worry about these things, so. I did just a film, my Lisa Eldridge final 6-pan reveal, and it was just far more illuminating even to me than I expected. And it's also a sponsorship, which I'm really excited about, and that's why my skin looks so lovely right now. I've actually gotten some of the most exciting things in the mail in PR. Everybody's just been absolutely making it rain with PR lately. It's been really awesome, actually. I got, look at this. Augustinus Bader. I said it wrong in a video, I think. Yeah, the Victoria Beckham serum, and then they sent me the primer in the clear and in the golden. So that's fun. I have a bunch of Victoria Beckham makeup that they sent me. They sent me a new mascara. Oh, thank God. And they sent me all of the like eyeliners, the like the sequin, not sequin, you know what I'm talking about, the new sparkly ones. And then I got 2 of the lid lusters that I didn't have, so I think it's the blue one and the black one. And they sent me a bunch of the lip stains and a few of the Posh lipsticks. And y'all, this shade Spark, it's kind of, let me see if I can set this somewhere. I'm gonna balance you on top of a primer bottle. That could be very bad, but regardless, yeah, look at this color. It's very much made for me. It's the perfect kind of just like my lips but better pink. Look at that. Look at it. Oh man, I don't know if you can see. I love her Posh lipsticks because they're really shiny. And I love the little tiny bullet, makes it easy to know where you're putting it. But like, as pinks go, that's right on the money. That's right on the money for me. It's got enough coolness to it, but it's really rich still. So yeah, I'm loving that. And I don't know that I would have picked it for myself because I would have been too afraid for the price point that I would end up with something that was too pink. And by golly, by goodness, that is just the right pink. So yeah, it's late for me to even be having my smoothie. I'm supposed to, you know, by my schedule, go and have yoga. I'm gonna go have yoga in like 15 minutes. I just don't know if that's gonna be a reality for me today, but I want to, especially because as soon as I'm upside down, you know, in down dog or whatever, the snot's just gonna flow. Okay, it's just gravity. I don't have a choice in the matter. I got some glasses in the mail from a company that wants to do kind of a, you know, they wanted me to try their glasses because I might, you know, do some sponsorships with them or whatever. Unfortunately, these are really cute and look incredibly goofy on me. My eyeballs are so close together. Mike goes, you look cross-eyed. And I was like, well, Mike goes, you look cross-eyed. I was like, okay. All right, fine. So, wow. A lipstick by itself is very strange looking on me. Curology is who the sponsorship is with, which is like very intuitive. I've been using Curology since 2018. It's not hard for me to find ways to talk about them, but where did it go? They sent me, they're micellar water, and it's actually like this really gentle gel. It's extraordinary, especially after using micellar makeup removers that were like stingy or like astringent or whatever. I put this on, I was like wiping my mouth, I was like, is it doing anything? It just feels like this nice gel. Wonderful. And it actually took all my makeup off, which was really great. And they also sent their lip balm, and it's in just the fanciest little container. What do I do with things? The other thing, and what's on my face right now, oh my God. Oh my God. I I don't know how I'm going to fit all this good skincare on one face because this is so pretty. This is the new Make Hydrascape Moisturizing Reverse Emulsion. Here, I'm gonna show y'all. Hey, lighting. It comes out white. Like, I'm not gonna do too much because I don't wanna waste it, but it doesn't have a fragrance or anything, but like, oh my word. It acts like the Future Dew from Glossier, except it's not quite as like oily. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. It makes me look like a goddess. Come on. It's halfway between that and the moisturizer that I used from Hanicure, which was also like the business. That was just like, that one was the one, but it's like $100, you know? So this is halfway between that and the Future Dew, and I gotta say, this one, shiny, is a winner. It's a winner. I like it a lot. It makes my skin look glorious, does it not? I look like a model, like a skin model. Very exciting. Oh, hi. Hi. Yes, that's Mommy's breakfast bowl from today. I am a goblin. I'm a goblin. Oh, there it is. It was sitting right next to me the whole time because of course it was. You know, Occam's razor or whatever. Look at this thing. So this is an SPF lip balm that doesn't taste weird, doesn't smell weird. And ha. No real white cast. I'm assuming it's mineral, but I don't know. And then you go, boodly doot. Great. They sent me their SPF, which I will be trying also. But man, that micellar water is pretty awesome. It's like micellar geller. It's my geller water. You know, I was trying to figure out exciting things to show y'all, and I realized that I haven't shown you my Christmas tree. So let's do that. Not that it's decorated, because it's not. And that's not for lack of trying. We just don't have enough ornaments for our tree. And I was supposed to bring a bunch home from my mom's house when I went. I just ran out of time because, I don't know, I spent a lot of time sleeping because I was so sick. Ah, buddy. It's Viola. You know, like I said, not very many actual ornaments. And, you know, someone... What are you doing? You better have a toy. That better be a toy. You better not be just ripping my chair apart. Okay, it's a toy. Hi, you're very cute. Yeah, he's mainly dachshund, and so he's just got it in for, I mean, if he's the Montague, the couch is the Capulets, okay? Because like he just doesn't think that they deserve to exist. I mean, look at this, look at this, look at this. He got it off of there, and then he continued digging because he's an idiot. But yeah, he just thinks that these don't belong here and that they belong there. Apparently, this all happened, you know, in the last couple of hours, I guess. But, you know, we got the most perfectly shaped tree I've ever seen. It was honestly, I won this year because Mike is a romantic in the sense that he always wants us to like go to a tree farm, you know, and like make a whole ceremony out of getting the tree and taking like a hayride and whatever. We did the hayride thing when we went and got pumpkins, but we've got a nursery right like around the corner from us, between us and Simon's daycare, and I saw those Christmas trees out there and I was like, can we just go to the freaking nursery? And he was like, fine. You know, he really dug his heels in, but then I won, and I was just so glad we got there. And he goes, that one's nice. And we're like, all right, let's take it home. And we did, and that was it. Got ourselves a Christmas tree in a matter of an hour instead of it being an all-day ordeal. So, you know, sometimes you want the romantic effect of it all, and sometimes you just want to get the job done. So we just went and got the job done, and it is the prettiest tree we've had in a while. And the one that we got last year at a tree farm shed needles like nobody's business, and I don't think this one has shed needle one. I guess I'm gonna put on my yoga clothes and I'm gonna do yoga with a belly full of smoothie, which is not anything I would ever recommend. I feel bad. I feel like I'm kind of doing Sharon C dirty by uploading at like the least optimal time. But maybe if I just hype it up on Instagram, people will like know it's coming. because it was a particularly difficult actual flow, but just because I am running, I'm just in such a diminished capacity at the moment. So I like just ran out of steam on holding some poses and stuff, but I'm glad that I did it. And I uploaded the video, and I got this, I've been getting some cool PR lately, like I said. And Koki, I didn't even know Koki did hair tools, but I'm gonna try this out today, I think. This is the Volume and Shine Blowout Brush. I had one of these one time by Conair and it lit on fire. I loved it until the moment that it lit on fire. So, I don't know. I have definitely seen like a Revlon version of this, and then, you know, people have compared it to the Airwrap and stuff. So I'm gonna try and take the most lickety split shower so that I can try this out before I have to go pick up the little man. I don't know what it is with me, man. I like only know go. That is the only thing I know. My skin looks faboo, doesn't it? Look at it. Wow. Man. All right. She is clean. We have about 20 minutes in which to get this done. If y'all don't know, yes, I was, whoa, it's huge. I was a hairstylist for 8 years, age 17 to 25. I'm now 35. It's been a minute, but yeah, it's kind of like riding a bike, right? This thing is cute. It's pink. It's like all like satin finish. Nice. All right. My hair is, I would say, 60% dry. Starting to curl around my face and stuff. Regardless, it just wants to do that. That's what I'm always fighting against. All right. This took 9 minutes, and it's a better style than I could get with a round brush. Like, the grip on it is great because it's got short bristles and long bristles. The short bristles keep your hair from getting tangled in the long ones, which is nice, and it also grips really well. So it's like, you know, you're doing this number and it's like really gripping your hair in a good way without getting tangled. And so it's like you can really maximize the grip on the hair and the volume with a lot less damage, because when you use a blow dryer, especially like a salon quality blow dryer that's really, really hot, up against your brush, it will damage the brush, which damages your hair. But this is all in one, so I'm assuming that they've accounted for that. And there's not really any way that it could, you know what I mean? I don't think it's gonna melt the bristles. I like that it's completely blowing through all sides instead of the one that I had from Conair. It only blew kind of through the front. It was like a brush shaped blow dryer. It wasn't a round brush shape, you know? And then just the volume, man, like, ooh, it's so shiny. It's like really, really easy to pick up the hair, hold on to it, and like have the heat be consistent all the way through. It is a little bit of an arm workout, but I don't really feel like you need to do as much as I did. Like, I was really like fussing it at first, thinking, oh, I'm gonna, you know, need to like tackle the styling up front while I've got the blow dryer on it, where honestly you can get it more dry than I had it before you started, because it actually gives you a lot of grip and a lot of control. The only thing is, I'm not sure it gets hot enough for like, yeah, more textured hair, you know what I mean? Like, if you're really looking for a good blowout, you're gonna need a Babyliss, you know, with like a concentrator attachment. You're gonna need to like, you know what I mean? Like, really seal that cuticle. Mine is so persuadable, and it's persuadable by humidity too, you know, but like, it takes like, you know, regular drugstore quality high heat to just, you know, make my hair look flat and shiny, or like straight and shiny. But that's not the case for everybody. I know from styling lots of different hair over my my career. So yeah, man, I definitely would do that again, because like I'm a lot less sweaty than I would be, you know, if I were just like throwing my round brush around and everything. And I feel like I just had a lot more control, and it does have 3 settings. It's got high, low, and just air. So like not a cool shot necessarily, but just regular, you know, regular air to like set it with. I like that. Thank you, Koki. Oh, let's check on the price. Hang on. It's $40 on Koki.com, KokiCosmetics.com. There's a Sephora one that's $100. This one is $40. Now, I'm not saying that they're equal. I haven't tried the other one, but this one works just great, okay? Very, very nice. And I'm not doing a very good job showing it here, like what my hair looks like. I'm not a hairfluencer. I don't have much hair to begin with, and I cut it myself for years. Like I've been cutting it myself since the pandemic, so I have no idea what it looks like from other angles, but from the front it looks fine. All right, Home Slice just went to bed. He is just an absolute riot. He's just taking funny. Heating up my milk to make hot cocoa. Mike just went to grab a bottle of wine, and we're gonna watch Wednesday. We started it last night. We watched 2 episodes last night, and it is tolerable enough to Mike, like that we're continuing to watch it together, and he's not making me watch it by myself, which I wouldn't care. But like, you know, he's not gonna watch Sabrina. Like he was like, Sabrina's stupid, and he thinks Riverdale. Well, I think Riverdale's stupid. Riverdale is stupid, but like, you know, it's still up a few notches from that. So it's intriguing enough, it's original enough, and it kind of gives off like Harry Potter summer camp vibes in a really interesting way. And I like that about it too. Also, I've done, oh, my milk's ready. I've done nothing to my hair since blowing it out. I haven't brushed it or anything. And like, I like the shape. I like the shape that it created a lot, because that's what will stay. The volume never stays, but like the general shape does. And even in its kind of diminished state, I enjoy it. I'm on my phone because I just can't be bothered. You know what I mean? Just can't be bothered. Fast rides in a city of dogs. We had spaghetti for dinner. We basically have 4 meals that we circulate that only take about an hour to make, you know, maybe less. One is like a salmon with like a breadcrumb crust that I do, and have that with broccoli. One is like lemon chicken that I do either with spinach or also broccoli. And then we do spaghetti. We'll do ramen sometimes with meatballs. And sometimes Mike will do like a butter chicken, or I'll do a curry. I mean, Simon's not even like super picky as much as it is just things that can be done inside of an hour. I'm not spending all day cooking. I got my hot cocoa. Hasn't gotten old yet, man. I love hot cocoa in the evening. In my boob mug. I'm a creature of habit in a very serious way. I think that that's kind of why, like, something like wine is a problem for me, is because I make a ritual out of everything, kind of like to a fault, you know? And so it's like, I can't have my routine be different night to night. Like, I can't have a glass of wine one night and then just not have a glass of wine the next night. So it's like, it's all or nothing. So I just have to just like not. It's not like I'm drinking 5 glasses of wine. It's just that like, I literally, like, my brain cannot process, we're going to have a glass of wine tonight and we're just not going to have another glass of wine tomorrow night. Like, I don't know why. I just like get stuck in these loops. And I've been like that my entire life. I love routine. In college, I went through these periods of time where I basically just like only ate certain things. And it was all the stuff that I wasn't allowed to have when I was younger. Like, my parents didn't allow them in the house. So like, I went on these like long-term binges of like every Little Debbie's snack, Star Crunch, Nutty Bars, zebra cakes, oatmeal cream pies, Swiss cake rolls. And then there was like a tour of all of the Pop-Tart flavors. And I love the Hello Kitty ones and the wild berry ones, because they have the thickest like crust on them, the thickest icing. And then I'm sorry about my vocal fry, by the way, it just is what it is. And then there was the whole like tour of ice cream. So it's like drumsticks, and in Amsterdam, it was these things they called them Albert Heijn Chantilly Slagerooms. Klondike bars. It's just always been like that for me. So I think that that's kind of why it's like I'm just not good at having a routine that's disrupted. So it's better for me to have a healthier routine than drinking a glass of wine every night, you know? At least for me. I'm not sure, you know, how everybody reacts to it, but it kind of slowly wears down my system. This guy, who do you think you are? Look at all my tissues. I'm a disaster. Yeah, no, and it's not a referendum on anybody else's habits. It's just about the way that it makes me feel at long term. Like the way that it makes me feel when I'm just like having wine every single night is not beneficial. There! I thought I heard the kitty. Okay, bye. Hey, y'all. It's Sunday at 5:18. I don't usually vlog on the weekends. It's kind of our time, but I just wanted to like mix it up and at least share cooking with y'all because I haven't done that yet. I haven't done that in a while, at least. I don't know. Either way, Mike is downstairs with little guy. He just got up from a nap. He went down really late, so we're making chicken. Pulling out our chicken thighs here. Bone in, skin on. Ooh, they're a little frozy. Hi, pepperoni. The weather is just hateful out there. It's like cold and rainy. It was snowing earlier, but now it's just this really, really, really cold rain. So we dry off our chicken. A little bit of Tony's. Careful because it's really salty. And then I've had my oil heating over here. My camera's so cold. I left it in my husband's car. Ah! Ah! Okay. So typically it wouldn't have taken me that long to open the chicken, and typically it wouldn't have been that cold, the chicken. So really hot oil, really cold chicken. So it kind of freaked out and it splattered me a little bit. That was unusual. But basically I get it screaming hot and then I put the chicken down so it gets a nice, really hard, you know, initial sear. But then I pretty much immediately turn it down to medium and I let it go for 12 minutes on there and I just don't touch it at all. And that's gonna like, that's gonna let it get that really nice sear, and then I'll turn it, and not for too long, but, and then we'll do like the pan sauce and everything and I'll show you all that. But it's just 12 minutes like this on medium. It was really 10 minutes because I started out so hot, but usually it's 12. We're gonna pour the grease off. But don't worry, we're just gonna replace it with butter. The oil is not as tasty as butter. And that's all. I think that was too much butter. I'm doing everything wrong this time. I'm gonna like take the rest out because it's not that I don't like butter, it's just that I don't want everything swimming in grease. You know, there's a difference. So here's lemon juice. Ooh. Maillard reaction. That nice crispy skin. Yum, 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 yum. Okay, so I'm just working all the little bits off the bottom and it's just starting to caramelize the lemon juice a little bit. It gets like syrupy and the butter browns. I used wine for a long time in this and it was fine, but like honestly I kind of think chicken broth tastes better. It was like I would use chicken broth in a pinch and then I was like, I went back to wine and I was like, I kind of prefer the chicken broth. I don't know the measurements. It's a lemon, and that was probably about a half a cup. Okay, and then we bring the heat back up to just, actually no we don't. I don't know what I'm talking about because we're gonna put cream in there. And it's going to break, it always does. I haven't bothered to Google why. I'm not perfect. It didn't break, yay! My cream sauce didn't break. Yum, 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 yum. So then we just take these bad boys and we put them back in there. And I have the oven preheated to 350.
So, can we watch football?
Sammy, can we watch football? Ah! You said no. I'm thinking it's gonna be, because they're different sizes, I'm going 21 minutes and then I'll take out the little ones and then I'll go for like 3 more minutes or whatever, depending on the internal temperature, to finish the larger ones. But that will also give me time to cut up one of the little ones for Sci Guy and eat the skin for myself. It's the mommy tax.
Sammy, no.
What's he doing?
He's the dropped off the couch cushion the copper was doing.
Like with his tongue straight onto the couch? Yeah. Nasty!
What are you doing? Oh my god.
What's happening?
Simon! Diggity!
No! Okay, I'm at least filming it. Did anything good? Frozen spinach. Happy healthy monsters to the rescue. We make yummy food just for you. A plastic water bottle and a paper towel roll. It works. Hi, gorgeous.
Let's try.
I'm so good.
Paul looks a little intense sometimes.
I'm just here for beast mode. Sorry, that's a bad joke, but I'm just here so I don't get fined. I'm psyched about this. If Liza Koshy wins this whole thing, I'm not even gonna pretend to be surprised because she's one of those people who's just like good at everything. Like, is there anything Liza Koshy can't do? She's hot and funny. She's smart and physically really capable of dancing and acrobatics and stuff. Of course she can bake. Good morning, it's Monday. I woke up, you know, got everything ready for Simon. His breakfast, his lunch. Sit down, shut up. I'm not having any of it from any of y'all right now. Mike goes in there and wakes him up, and he had thrown up all of his milk that he drank last night because he likes to put off bedtime by drinking as much milk as possible. He's like, more bottle. And like, I don't want a kid he hasn't been like eating his dinner, and so I don't want a kid going to bed hungry, and so I just let him have as much as he needs. Makes me look like, you know, a delinquent jerk when he has so much that he throws it up, because he's not sick, he doesn't have a fever, it wasn't like a throwing up fit, he just basically upchucked it all, but it reeks. It smells so bad. He never cried or anything, so I don't know how long he was like sleeping in barf. It's like the most traumatizing thing to think about. I freaking hate it. And so like, of course, first thing in this morning, I have to put him in a bath, which is like his least favorite thing in the world. So it's like trying to recover from that for the rest of the morning and like get him dressed and out the door. Like he was just like, he freaking hated me. Because of course he did, because he hates baths. And like he didn't, it's not his, well, I mean, technically, stop licking your butthole, God. And now I can smell his bedroom. Even though Mike went in there and changed his sheets, it's just like, ugh, I hate that smell so much. And he just went to school, but like getting a sweatshirt on him, just putting a hoodie on him because it's like 31 degrees outside. it was just this like traumatizing event where he was just like losing his mind, and I'm like, literally, I hate the last thing I want to do is get to the point where I'm physically wrestling with my child. But that's what it came down to this morning. It's like by the time he got out of the bath and had a bottle and everything, it was like, Copper, you're so gross, stop it. He's just always licking things. Stop. Yo, you mad at me? Oh, now he's gonna pout. Oh, pout. Oh, actually, the way that I woke up this morning, when my alarm went off, I heard this kind of like grumble and then like this huge thump. And it's because in the middle of the night last night, I kind of like zombie, like let Copper underneath the sheets because he's a giant dachshund and he likes to sleep under the sheets. He doesn't have an undercoat, and so he gets cold, and so he likes to sleep under the sheets with us, and he's small enough. Yes. You are so cute. But anyway, yeah, this dude right here apparently worked his way all the way from here down over the course of the night. And then as soon as I woke up, like, I had nothing to do with it. I just heard him kind of like grumble, and because I guess my alarm sort of woke him up, and then I just hear thump and then more grumbling because he had fallen off the end of the bed underneath the covers and just hit the ground because he's very, very smart and special. Yes, we have a gifted boy. He's gifted. Very, very special and gifted. Anyway, I'm just like physically nauseated by the actual smell of barf, and I hope he's actually okay, but like Mike is quite convinced that it was literally just, you know, he overloaded himself on milk and then he threw it up in his sleep kind of thing. Ugh, it makes me so like grossed out and upset and like angry, but like it's angry because anger is like the most exaggerated feeling when it comes to your kid and their safety. Like the only time I get mad is when something is threatening his safety. Like that's when I yell, or anything like that is when he's standing at the top of the stairs and I'm just like, no, you know? So it's weird that it's manifesting as anger. I'm like not even sure who I'm mad at, but I'm just so mad that like he drank so much milk that he barfed, and then he woke up in his own barf this morning, and then I had to put him in a bath, and it was just this like sequence of unavoidable events that caused him to be so angry with me. Anyway, my card's about to run out of room, and I need to eat some breakfast and like just try and freaking breathe. Hi! It's Tuesday! And I'm clearly holding it together with grace and all of my marbles intact. Oh my God. You know, it's amazing the mental damage it can do when your child just doesn't want to wear a jacket when it's like, you know, 25 degrees outside. You're just like, okay. Like, we're gonna be more concentrated on carrying a tiny toy cell phone, a book, a flashlight, and the dog's ball to the car than we are wearing a coat. This is two. So I have some things to do today. First of all, the cleaning people finally freaking come today. And that means that I need to clean in preparation for the cleaning people to come because, well, two things. One, our bedroom is a nightmare because laundry and everything, just everywhere. And two, somebody, this is disgusting, but I had to like sleep in sheets that smelled like dog butt last night. If you know, you know, okay? And I was like, what are you eating? Is that uncooked pasta? Like, drop it. What are you eating? Nope, swallowed it, whatever it was. Hopefully it was uncooked pasta. Nasty. Anyway, I got in bed last night and I'm like coughing and everything, and I had to go and take a Mucinex. And by the time it was just, I was like, I just pushed it all down and just slept under the quilt because like dog butthole is what it smelled like. So yeah, Yesterday was a day of many smells, start to finish, just gross smells. I'm very grateful to Mike for cleaning up Simon's room and putting in the air purifier and stuff because it smelled like bile. I'm losing my mind. Anyway, yeah, so I have to do that. I got approval on my Curology sponsorship. I just have to make some edits and that goes up on Wednesday. So technically I'm kind of ahead for once in my life. Are you done? Oh, nope. Still drinking. Elderly cat has to be let down. When he jumps down, it scares us because he'll limp sometimes. I have other things that I need to film, but I'm like kind of pumped because it's like, you know, the end of the year where I just get to do my roundups. Hi. So update on Copper. Yesterday he fell off the bed. This morning he ran out the door when Mike left to go start the car and warm it up for, yes, talking about you, to warm it up for Simon. The dog bolted out the door and then I like ran to the door and I was like, Copper, get inside. Yep, he ran his butt right back inside and slammed into the wall. Simon thought it was hilarious. I mean, it kind of was, and the kids got my same affinity for physical humor, but nonetheless. Stop eating tissues, dummy. God, the dog is just, he's just relentless. Hello, Angel. Hello, perfect boy. Yeah, I've gotten so much really cool PR lately. I have to try this LED mask that was just sent to me by a company called Current Body. But like, I gotta clean this room up, mainly this area where I tend to nest because I'm a goblin. And this one's just gonna keep rubbing his butthole all over everything. And yes, I know how to express a dog's anal glands. It's just, I was not aware that we needed to. Why are you like this? Of course, this is all in jest. This is just me on coffee and no calories and like how I react to being annoyed, mildly annoyed by like the cutest animals in the world. I'm not actually mad. This is just how I express myself, so. Oh, let's do this! Bird, you go. Are invited to a party this weekend in Hoboken. Also, this is the work of the lunatic who lived here before us, okay? We also, where you are sitting right now, is a shelf, but prior, this entire wall was covered in this ridiculous like shelving system that was constructed by reclaimed countertops, constructed out of reclaimed countertops. It was just all this weird like scrap formica. It was absolutely absurd and it took Mike entirely too long to take it down. Same thing happened when we moved in. The guy had constructed some kind of absolute tetanus hazard for a diving board fountain outside the pool. Like he bought like the most industrial grade glue and glued together all of this like slate that he found that weighed a ton. And he had actually drilled rebar into the concrete to hold this thing up and then jury rigged a bunch of wires inside of it to make the fountain function, and then he was having his children jump off of it as a diving board. It was like electric shock hazard, tetanus hazard, just general hazard. I don't understand. And again, it took Mike days to dismantle it because the slate was so heavy. And then there was rebar sticking out of the concrete. I had to verse my husband on what an angle grinder is. And then he had to borrow one from a friend. But yeah, the whole place is put together like this. Like the whole basement is put together like this, and this just like found object BS. It's just absolutely wild. So much of the work that's been done after moving into this house was just undoing the nonsense that this man did. I don't know when he slept, if he slept. We had to I want to say we replaced the water heater. We replaced something with the water heater on July 4th of last year when it broke, because he was so like obsessive. He had turned the heat all the way up on the water heater. And so like when you turned on the hot water, it would literally like, I didn't know you could even do this, and that's why we didn't change it. But the chicken that was left on a cutting board, for example, like you ran it under the water and it would literally like sterilize it. It was wild, and it burned up the water heater. And so, I mean, just things like that, like little just hidden Easter eggs from this crazy man who lived here before us. We're trying to bring this house back to like redeem its glory, but I mean, just we don't even know the half of it at this point. It's just absolute nonsense. I'm gonna do laundry. Time to wrap some presents for my side guy. I can't wait to get back into painting. That's gonna be first thing of the year. I just wanna like shove food in my mouth before I start talking. I wanna make some time to paint some more. Pull to open, they said. Easy to open, they said. Look how freaking cute this is. Yummy bear scale. Cleaners are here, God bless. How's that for the least satisfying present wrapping ever? But Simon doesn't care. He's just gonna enjoy unwrapping them, and he's gonna really enjoy the presents, so. Look, yes, I'm very sleepy. Ooh, okay. I look like very plumped. Interesting. This is a pillow that a company called Sleep and Glow sent me. It's called the Omnia pillow. Dude, yeah, I need a nap, but I don't necessarily prefer a nap on the floor. But I just took one. Dude, this thing is like you lay your head down on it and you're like, yeah, I do want to go to sleep. Oh, yeah, I don't know how they did it, but they made like the best pillow shape. It's so squishy. Hey, it's 1:13 p.m. House is clean. God bless it. Oh, best money ever spent. And I'm going to make myself a smoothie and film my fails of the year. And I'm so excited about it. I love filming the fails of the year. I need to eat, and I need to go through my videos that I published. Make sure I'm not missing anything that, like, you know, truly bombed. I'll do that. I'll do that while I drink a smoothie. I will multitask. Also, I did that thing where I just kept going and going and going on my eye makeup, and I love it. It's a beautiful day in my neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Won't you be mine? Won't you be mine?
Used palettes. Since I got it for review, I've used it constantly.
That child. Tonight had chapters and layers. Like, I get him home, and last night he had said he wanted pizza, and he hasn't eaten. He like doesn't eat dinner. And remember, he like was drinking so much milk at the end of the night because he didn't want to eat dinner that he would just, he barfed it up, and we're like, okay, that's like the worst. We definitely don't want that to happen again. So, you know, trying to get him to eat, we decided we were going to try and accommodate him with something he wanted to eat. So, you know, tonight I was gonna go to the store and get one of these yummy kind of prepared pizzas at the local grocery store and cook it here. Well, I told Simon I was about to go do that. He started screaming, and I was like, okay, is it okay if Dad goes? You know, like, we just, you know, in order to, like, he just, I don't know, we were just like, oh, you know, easy accommodation, Mike will go, who cares? Simon didn't want me to leave for some reason. And then we get the pizza. Mike cooks the pizza. It takes 5 seconds, you know. He will not eat it. Just won't eat it. And lets it sit around. And at one point, I don't remember what it was. Oh, he's very dramatic right now. So he's throwing himself around a lot. And at one point, I was holding him, and he threw himself because he wanted something. I think he wanted more milk. And he threw himself back, and he hit the remote, and he turned his show off. And I was like, hey, we'd really like you to eat some pizza instead of just another bottle. And lightly, it did not hurt, but he did make an attempt to hit me in the face. And I was like, I'm sorry, you don't get to watch Elmo if you're gonna hit mommy in the face. And I tried to get him to apologize and everything, and he just wasn't having it. So anyway, he bopped me in the face. I was like, you're not gonna watch Elmo. And so that was like a whole chapter. And then he just like basically slowly gave up all of his privileges. At one point he, I guess, was trying to get a piece of ice out of my water glass while I was doing something else, and he knocked it over on himself. Cue meltdown. Mike's like getting in PJs, you know, which Simon sees as like one step closer to bedtime, which is, you know, the imminent threat. And I was like holding him, you know, and I was like, it's okay, Daddy's just gonna go get you something dry to put on. And Simon was like crying, and I was like, what? And he goes, I'm wet. I'm wet. And so I'm like taking his shoes off. Like the whole thing was very funny. Well, not all of it, but that part was really funny. And he's just, because everything he says is really cute, and he's being really like, I don't know, he was like singing songs and all this stuff, but either way, I'm doing a terrible job talking about this, but sorry. Yeah, and then he decides he wants to get in his high chair, and you know, then he wants his food, which is like ice cold. It's been sitting out for an hour, you know, and then he pretends he's gonna eat, and then he sings every song that he knows, and then when it's time to go to bed, I mean, he absolutely, like, this is not him. He usually just goes to bed, and he just absolutely screaming bloody murder, and I was like, what in the hell's going on? And I come upstairs, and I was like, do you want the rest of your bottle? And he's like, yes. And so I give him the rest of his bottle, and he still screams bloody murder when he's going to bed. And it's just like, dude, like, every 2-year-old is gonna try it. I remember trying it, you know, like seeing where the limits are, seeing like, okay, these are my leverage points, these are the things that I have at my disposal. I can throw a fit to get my way. I can refuse to eat. I can ignore what you're saying. I have certain physical limitations. I have certain obedience limitations or whatever, but how far can I push those? Fine. It is what it is. Like, yes, and we're going to draw those boundaries, but like, we're in it. That's where we're at right now. And I'm so anxious. Like, I just, after he went to bed, it took me so long to just like calm down, because it like put me in this like fight or flight mode. And it was the first time in a while where I was like, if someone offered me a drink right now, I would say yes. You know what I mean? Like, and feel no guilty way about it. But we don't have anything in the house, and I like isolated the feelings and realized that like what it was really doing was giving me a tension headache. And so I made my hot cocoa, and I took some Advil, and that helped immensely. And I did my ice roller on my forehead. That was nice too. Chilling with this guy. Yeah, oh my god. And he has water on his head because he was drinking out of the faucet. And earlier I got some footage, I'll stick it in here. I didn't catch it in time for Copper actually licking the water off of Permonster's head. Which is what he did. And apparently that's kind of their weird thing now, but Permonster only tolerates it for so long, and then he smacks him in the face. Anyway, my husband is gonna scratch my back because I'm strung out right now on nerves, just trying to stay calm with a child who is doing everything in his toddler power to dismantle the structures that he perceives as limitations. And now he's making sounds in his sleep. Okay, I'm gonna just relax. Was he yipping? It's like he's yipping in his sleep. Nothing's off the table. Well, it's happened. Something's happened. It is Wednesday night. It's 7:34. I'm in bed. A painting fell off the wall this morning. Yeah, I've hit some kind of adrenal fatigue. I've been pushing it too hard for too long. And even as I hear the words come out of my mouth, I know how silly I sound, because it's like, I know I've been saying it out loud the whole time. I mean, I am at the point where like, I couldn't finish my dinner. I'm like nauseous, I'm so tired, you know? I don't know how interesting I'm going to be, but I did get my last couple of videos like filmed, not but like my last sponsorship and stuff, and that's gonna be submitted tomorrow. I have Friday's video filmed and it needs to be edited, and I'm psyched about the content because it's all the, you know, not the tier lists, the roundups, the best and the worst and everything, so it's all really fun. But I'm toast. I'm actually toast. Like, my body is giving up. Fortunately, Simon ate tonight. He ate like a dog with his face in his bowl of spaghetti, but he ate, so I'll take it. Okay, I'm gonna watch Drag Race or something and I'll fall asleep. This morning, we haven't put this back up. It fell yesterday, but this morning Simon looked at it and he goes, "Triangle." What? Brilliant child. Amazing. Oh my god, y'all. Something is wrong. I like hate that my vlogs keep ending on a bad note, like, oh, I'm sick, like, oh, hey, Butteroo, oh, his ears are so cold, he just got back from a walk, I love you too much, you're a good boy, oh, you're a good boy. And then I've got another angel right here, I love Will. He's like, that was unpleasant, I'm tolerating you. Oh my god. Hi. Yeah, I had a lot of trouble last night after I last spoke to y'all. I mean, I didn't throw up or anything, but like, I don't know, I'm feeling like I'm having some kind of like IBS attack. It's not the same symptoms that I used to get from eating gluten, so it's not that like swollen belly, like nothing will move kind of feeling. It is more like IBS. It's more like tickle almost tummy. It's more like a kind of slow intestinal spasms, and I'm just like wondering if I just pushed myself too hard and threw myself into an IBS flare, because I haven't had one in years, but like the kind of thing that would typically throw me into one is something like altitude sickness or a fall. Like I slipped and fell one time when we were hiking and it threw me into one. Typically altitude is the biggest one for me though. Altitude sickness usually manifests as like an IBS flare for me, but this is just, it's not doing like the really aggressive, feels like you have like a serpent living in your belly thing. It's like a very lazy serpent, and he is just going, every once in a while he's just going, ugh. It's like horrible. So I like apparently completely ignored my alarm this morning. I woke up at like 8 o'clock. It was wild. My alarm was at 6:30, and so I just like had to get Simon's lunch together really quickly, and like I just kept feeling these waves of nausea, and so I couldn't even like like get his jacket on, because it's not like, hey Simon, can you put your jacket on? It's like Simon's like, now, you know. And so it's like this battle of wits and grit and patience, and I just don't have it right now because I feel just really destabilized by these like sudden waves of nausea. So I literally feel like I'm gonna barf, but like also I don't. I feel like if I was gonna barf, I would have barfed yesterday, like last night. It's just so crampy. Ow. It's like painful. It's like painful gas, but like not bloating. Ugh. Blah. And I don't know if eating will help, but I think it probably will. Yeah, okay, Angel. Hi. Yeah, you're very cute. You're all extremely cute. So anyway, I have very little to get done today for once in my frickin' life, other than arguing with sponsors and an email about contracts and obligations. And I'm just like kind of aggravated. But also later that evening, right when it was time for me to get ready to come pick up Simon, I was caught in some kind of attempted scam where, you know, they said that fraud had been committed on my Amazon account, and I got on the phone with this dude and he tried to make me download an app so that he could remotely control my phone and download some kind of spyware or some crap. And when I didn't, he called me back and he was very angry with me, and so I called him lots of names, and that really didn't have the effect that I thought it would. I thought it would make me feel very satisfied from the catharsis, but instead it just made the fight or flight worse. But I did have the presence of mind to call him a skin-draped sack of beetles, which is a proud moment for me. So if you get one of those text messages that's like, is this incorrect? Call us. Like, don't do it. And if you do, make sure that you tell them what royal pieces of crap they are, because that was what I did. But yeah, yesterday was also stressful. Either way, there will be no new content made today. I mean, other than what I'm doing right now. Wow. Content, baby, content. Yeah, I need to probably put some food in me. I'm just watching old episodes of Try Guys Without a Recipe, and you know, it's very funny and also very, very Ned. Very oddly Ned. It feels surreal. Yeah, I need the laughs right now. Okay. I guess, I don't know. I think I'm signing off. I think I'll probably just post this vlog today. I'm so sorry that it's ending on this note, but like, honestly, ow, 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 cramp. Ugh, bleh. Like, what do I deserve at this point? I've pushed myself too hard. I deserve this. My body is retaliating. Feels insincere, but I do love y'all. This right here, this is a metaphor for everything right now. I'm going to actually rest. I've done the thing. I've done the thing where my body, the only way that I rest is that my body says you have absolutely no choice because you can't move. I've learned nothing. I love y'all, and I will see you in the next one. At least I've got these guys rooting for me. It's a great day for a nap.